Hello, hello. I'm Lori Alvarez, and I welcome you to Real Estate with Soul, the podcast. This is where I share my story, knowledge, wisdom, and our legacy in real estate together as a family, all boldly wrapped up in one. So let's get started. Well, and we're on Real Estate with Soul, the podcast, right?
Right.
So it's been a busy
Oh my gosh.
month,
Yeah.
right? We're halfway through.
I'm tired.
My calves hurt. I ran 4 miles yesterday, and
4 miles?
I ran 4 miles. Yes. Well,
I'm so proud of you.
I think my husband would disagree. He'd probably say I was walking,
Okay, but still, 4 miles.
and all
nonstop?
my nonstop, and all my awesome boxing coaches said, "You just keep at it. It doesn't matter how fast or slow you go. It just matters that you're going."
Just that you did it.
And that's the truth with the real estate market, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
The reality is, it doesn't matter how fast or slow you go or when you go. Should I buy when I'm hot, when it's high? Should I buy when it's low? Should I buy when the interest rates are 2%? Should I? How many times do we go over this over and over and over
I
again?
feel like that's a everyday conversation for us.
It is when you're a full-time real estate agent,
Yeah.
right?
For sure.
The reality is every day, we look at your personal calendar, your personal circumstance, and we go, hey, let's see what's happening in your life. Does it make great sense?
Right.
With that said, I just read this headline. I thought this was a pretty good one. Read that out loud.
This headline right here?
Right there.
Prince William reportedly gave King Charles III a real estate eviction notice on this beloved property.
Wow.
Jeez.
Talk about doing business with the family.
I know. You're not gonna. Are you trying to tell me something?
Everyone in the
sister,
house. Everyone in the house is family, right?
Yikes.
The rental market is going very quickly. We're showing that there is huge signs in the rental market, though we are showing that pricing is coming down slightly, right? We're still very busy in the rental market,
I
right?
was super surprised to see what our last lease started at. I mean, you've got a ton of applications on it, but what was it, 2,800?
Yeah, 2,800.
Like, that's almost, I can't remember the last time I saw a rental for 2,800.
Yeah.
It's a cute house too.
It's a great price, and we've had over 40 applicants come through the door.
That's
and
so crazy.
So we're processing that paperwork like crazy, and my phone just is being inundated, which makes me say, like, let's raise the price way up to maybe 3,500.
Maybe bump it up a little bit.
Because pricing, right, has everything to do with it.
Yeah.
Pricing according to what's happening with the current stats in the current market. And this property is priced correctly.
Yeah.
The challenge is our inventory is very depleted.
Exactly.
And so because we have limited inventory, what always happens?
There's going to be a ton of people interested in that.
And it doesn't matter if it's leasing or buying or selling. It's just a matter of price is everything when it comes to real estate.
Right.
Price and condition. And people go like, oh, well, if I have immaculate condition. Yeah, if you have immaculate condition, you're going to rent or sell for more money. That's just the reality of it.
For sure.
But you're still not, with 6 and 7 and 8% interest rates, not going to sell for that much more money.
Right.
That's just the reality of
Right.
the fact. So here's another great headline, which I think is really very interesting, right? And what everyone's talking about these days, what everyone is just talking about. Let's see right here. Buy a home now and refinance it later. Here's what the experts think. So, what is your expert opinion on that?
Well, I think that that's a smart move.
Why?
If we continue to wait and prices, because our inventory is so low, I personally don't think prices are going to drop anytime soon. So you should buy right now, and rates are always going up and down. So when it's the right time, soon as those rates do drop, then you get to buy at whatever the market value is right now.
Right.
And then you refinance later when rates do fluctuate, because they will. I mean, history does repeat itself. So
Right. And I would also add, what's the one thing that we're aware of? What's the one number that can never be changed?
the purchase price.
The purchase price. Maybe it'll fluctuate a little during the negotiation
Right.
when you're actually buying it. But once it's recorded, done.
That's it.
That's your number forever.
Yeah.
So it's got to feel like a great number for you, right? It's got to fit the financial books. It's got to make great sense. Now, what impacts that is that number plus the interest rate.
Right.
And so what do you think will happen naturally, normally? Say interest rates were dropped to 5% in August.
Then everybody's gonna be jumping back on the buying boat. Everyone's gonna try to buy, and then it's gonna shoot our prices up even higher than they currently are.
It's just the reality of the market. Whereas if you've already got your home, guess what? Now all you got to negotiate is with the bank.
Yeah.
Who's easier to negotiate with, the bank or 50 other offers?
Yeah.
Right? That's
Yeah, for
just
sure.
the reality of it, right? Your interest rate is temporary. Your purchase price is forever. So make sure you can afford that number. Now, I do want to say this, getting back to pricing, right? I'm looking right here at pricing. Here's the median sales price for the entire MLS. You guys can't see this currently. I'm sure we'll try and get it added on the YouTube video. But the current median sales price over a 5-year range. Here it goes. Right back in January of 2018, what was the median sales price of the entire MLS?
Wow, 500K. That is so small. How can you see this?
500K, right? That's the
sounds
entire
right too, yeah.
median sales price for everything that was in the MLS back in the day.
In 2018.
2018.
Wow. That sounds about right.
And so then let's go to the peak, right? Which here's our peak right here, May of 2022. So 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 5 years. Median sales price in May of 2022. What was it?
$835.
$835,000.
Do you remember off the top of your head what rates were in 2018?
2018, I would probably say they were 3 and 4%.
I feel like they were around 4%,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I believe so. And that's a great question.
So that, yeah.
Let's add to this. To see this now, sister, look at this. From May of 2022, we look at this. Oh, my goodness. What's going on? The market is depleting in pricing, right? August of 2022, the entire MLS showed a median sales price of $770. Then in September, it jumped up by $25K, right? And then it went down again and again and again. And January of 2023, it was $710 was the median sales price, okay? So $835 to $835 was in May of 2022, and we show right here January. So May to January, 7 months.
Yeah.
The median sales price went to $710. Okay.
Yeah.
So $125,000 drop in pricing during that time. And what's happened again?
Going back up, slowly going up.
And where are we at for June of 2023?
800, right?
800 flat. 800 flat, right?
Yeah.
So the height of the market at this time of this season was May of 2022, 835. And that was when interest rates were
They were about
2 and 3%. This is
22.
2022.
Yeah. I was thinking 2023. Yeah. That's when they were. That's right.
2 and 2.5%, 3%. And then we started seeing rates increase and increase. And the market had to adjust, and it adjusted, and it took all of 6 months for an adjustment and an adjustment. And January, like everyone was like in shock. Oh my gosh, rates, what are we gonna do? And then in February, they're like, oh, okay, I'm okay. It's 700. Now prices are at 720 again. I mean, here's a play-by-play. March, we're at 755. Yeah. And then in April, we're at 765. And May of 2023, we're at 780. And in June of 2023. So pricing for the last 6 months has went up by $20,000 increments. Mm-hmm. So as you decide to hold off on your purchase next month, it's $20,000 more.
Yeah.
Next month.
And rates have been about the same, I would say, this whole year, really, right?
Yeah.
Since January, they've been around.
They go up, they go down,
they go up and down a little bit, but for the most part this year. So now here we all are with that 6 to 7% interest rate, and now the prices are still slowly climbing up back to where they were.
And everyone says, why? Why is this happening, right? What is happening? Why is this? Well, it is just the reality of inventory, our month's supply. Now, let's go back. January of 2018, there was a total of 4.3 months worth of inventory. That meant you put your house on the market in January and you were guaranteed to be on the market January, February, March.
That's a long time.
April. That's like a long-term relationship in real estate with your listing agent. Make sure you like them, right?
Yeah, totally.
You know? And today, when you put your house on the market June, it's 2 months. That's it, 2 months. That's all we got.
That just still seems like a long time to me.
Well, so it's 2 months total, right?
I know it's every area is a little different.
And what's the one biggest challenge we're seeing right now?
Gosh.
Once you get your offer accepted, what have you been battling?
Negotiations, credits.
Getting to the finish line.
I mean,
all of it, right?
Escrow is definitely not easy.
Yeah.
So I would say everybody coming to like a common ground, a win-win for everyone.
Yes, it is 100%. The market is so challenging right now. There is no way that we can understand how quick to close anymore. When we thought we were closing in 15 and 21 days, because I'll tell you, when interest rates were 2%, for whatever reason, we closed in 15 days. The lenders made it happen.
Yeah, no kidding.
And now, interest rates being at 6, 7, and 8%, well, now we're having all kinds of problems. No one wants to give their money away.
Yeah.
And buyers are saying, please, can I have that money? And what's happening?
Yeah, it's taking forever.
It's taken a really long time.
One of our buyers right now, I mean, this has just been like the longest escrow ever for her.
And she's been through too.
This is her, like, I mean, she has just had so many challenges than I could even imagine.
And those challenges come from faults of the property. The first one, the property and the HOA, watch your HOA. They did not qualify for the home loan program. Not that our buyer couldn't qualify. Our buyer was ready to close. Our buyer had the ability to close, but because of faults within the HOA and the community of this particular condo townhouse community, the lender could not loan on that property. Right?
Yeah. Which is why like escrow and title and all of that stuff is just so important to make sure that you're staying on top of all of that. And
100%.
it's really important.
100%. Well, I'm battling through another one right now where the HOA has a problem within their disclosures that they just submitted for the lender to review. And we are supposed to close today, and we're equally going to be delayed by 5 days because now the lender has to do their due diligence around this before they can even move to a close. Right? I love this. Back in September of 2018, almost 6 months of inventory. Do you know that when we have 6 months worth of inventory, what market it is?
That's a buyer's market.
Yeah. My buyer's agents love that market.
I haven't seen a market like that since, 2018, I guess.
Yeah, that's for sure. 2019,
doesn't feel like that now.
2019, it was 5.1 months, right?
Yeah.
Let's see, May of 2020, there was 4.2.
Look at those numbers, just keep on dropping.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
I mean, back in December of 2021, total inventory was 1.7 months worth of inventory.
Yeah.
You know, it's just so tight.
And right now, today, we're at
2.1.
Wow.
A total of 2.1 months of inventory. Inventory and the market is super, super tight.
Yeah.
Just really no inventory available.
Yeah.
And we understand that. When you as a seller have an interest rate at what? 2%?
Yeah.
Or you bought your house back when it was $35,000. You know, what are you going to do? Oh my gosh, one more house is $35,000. You can't even buy a car these days for $35,000.
Seriously, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The reality is that the sooner you get into real estate and start making the investment,
For sure.
the stronger your ability to build wealth is. It's not an overnight thing. You know, unless you're looking at something else. Maybe you're looking to flip homes or you want to move properties very quickly. That's a whole different market. But for the purposes of investing in real estate and holding real estate for long term, especially your primary residence, the house that you're going to occupy, it makes great sense to get started on that as soon as possible. Now, what are some great tips if showing that they're ready to get started? What would be something that would tell you, yeah, you should probably look into buying a house?
How much money have you saved?
What do you have in savings? That's a great one.
How much are you paying in rent? Is that equivalent to what a mortgage payment looks like?
Yes.
I mean, I feel like as long as you are comfortable with the payment and you feel like financially you can handle that, then it's time to buy a home.
We have a family that we're working with, and they've been in the property for 30 years. And they've been renting for 30 years. Raised their family in this property. And now the owner has decided to sell. And they're not the owner. So what do we think? Right? 30 years of paying towards a property, family memories. I mean, it's just not. Most people don't live in a property for 30 years.
Yeah. Even, most homeowners sell and buy every
5 to 7 years.
5 to 7, yeah.
So this family has consistently been in this property for 30 years.
Talk about some great tenants, though.
Yeah, right. So the reality is, how do you secure your one place of residence? That's by you owning it yourself.
You need to buy. You need to.
Now it's just a matter of, can I afford to make the purchase?
Yeah.
That's it. And that's talking to the lender, right? That's having the conversation with your buyer's agent and saying, what does it take to purchase a property today, so that you can set your real estate goals for yourself. not just for the reason of, oh, I want to buy one day.
Right.
Let's put a timeline on it. Is it 1 year away? Is it 6 months? Is it 30 days? Right? Or is it, the baby just started crawling. Oh my goodness, I want him to crawl on my very own property, not on someone else's.
Taking their first steps in your home, and
it's very exciting to have all those experiences.
Yeah, for sure.
You know? So the reality is, the sooner you sit down and have those conversations and decide financially what makes great sense, the conversation can start with your CPA. Mr. CPA, Mr. Tax Advisor, what do you think? What do you see with my financial situation? Talking with a financial advisor, reaching out to a lender, reaching out to a realtor, right? We are here to help advise. We're here to educate and to help move you forward. That is our one and only reason.
Their number one goal.
Yeah, is to help you move forward in your real estate goals. And when it comes to sellers, when do I sell, right? Selling's a whole nother ballgame.
Yeah, it is.
Selling just comes straight from the heart of the matter, which is it time to move? Does it make sense to go ahead and put this house up for sale? Again, that's having that conversation with the agent, with your CPA, because it's not just selling it. If it's a rental property, there's so many things that are around that. And if it's your primary residence, there's still so many things that surround that. So the conversation should always start with your CPA, with your tax advisor. Have that conversation. Have a CPA who is there to help you win financially, because that's what they're there for as well. And your financial advisor, and then a great agent like us.
Yes.
That's what we're here for. Because the reality is, all real estate starts with you guys. Home is where you're at, and it's how we help you move forward.